I haven't got the opportunity to change things around that much because I'm really busy. So if you think if the background is real and it's supposed to be another part of this channel, I'm so sorry. I haven't got the time to change it, and that's the real biggie about the background. So I'll in the future I will put the usual background, but today I haven't. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I just want to say I love this film because it's set in the 70s, obviously, and by the way, I do like the 70s. I'm not saying that's a big problem. For some people think, oh, because you live in this era and you love the 70s, I have no idea why. I don't know why you exist in this generation, Craig. There's something wrong with you. I love the Minions. The second film. But there's something wrong with this film to me is most films recently are not that good than it used to. That's to do with the first one or the second one. But this is the second film of the Minions, and as a game, it's weird. It's not that good. But the thing is, with the weird thing is that the villains turn into monsters, and we saw that sort of thing before with Despicable Me films, and this is Minions. So this is the origins of Despicable Me and Gru and his family and stuff, and the adventures he goes along with. So what I'm trying to say is, he knows that he'll probably see a new villain in the future when he gets older, and sees that he will turn into a monster. So it's not really, you know, it's not really new. But most films in different films have the same sort of pattern, and even though that's a good patterns end up being very fantastic patterns. Recently, lots of patterns in films like themes, uh, lots of versions end up being old, like an old thing we saw from the past, and I know it's not that good, but it's what you call 2022, and in lots of Disney films recently, that is just making money for the sake of it. So as I said again, even though this film is really bad, I still love this film because it's not only because it's set in the 70s, but also because it's so, I don't know, it's just so full of energy, this film, and yeah, that's it really. I know I haven't got much to say really with this film, and yeah, I don't know what it's on with this, um, because I feel like this film is really good. As I said again, like this film is absolutely bang on, but it at the same time it isn't because we saw this sort of thing before. Gru wants to be in a really bad group. Gru wants to do this and do that for his time in his life. We saw this sort of thing before in the Despicable Me films, but we haven't seen the actual origins of him and the minions, and we don't really focus on the minions in this film for some weird reason. I don't know why. Um, Actually, we do, but not that much than minions. We only saw a little bit of minions in Minions 2, but this is Minions. But with Minions 2, we just see the Rise of Gru. Gru in the title. We need to know about Gru. We could just put the Rise of Gru in like the third installment of Minions or something. We need to still know about the Minions, but there's only a new character about the Minions, and that is Otto that we don't really know about. I don't know why. It's just weird because I love this character a little bit actually. I don't love him. I just like the character, but we just need more characters. Like we got those Kevin, George, and another character that we used to know in the first Minions movie, and now we never see them again in the second movie of Minions. This one. I don't know why. It's just weird. So we got Otto here, and we're supposed to know all the characters that were in the Rise of Gru, but no, we need to focus on Gru right now, and the new villains that we don't see either. But just the main villain that ended up being a good guy is this old man that I can't remember the name of. Because by the way, I saw this film like 2 weeks ago, so I vaguely remember the story, vaguely not remember the story. Not because it's bad or anything, because my memory's a little bit weird recently, so I'm so sorry about that. So I'm just going to do a video right now before it's too late and I can't remember the whole story of it. So yeah, Minions 2. So I'm not sure what I can say about Minions 2 really. Is that as again, it's a really good film, but at the same time it's a really bad film. So I'm not sure how I can put it in this context. It's like I don't know. I saw lots of films in the past, and this one is for definitely for kids. Uh, I got nothing. Because most films recently, when I go to the cinema, there's always kids going to films, and normally you would think, oh, why don't I just watch Paw Patrol, or why don't I just watch Thomas the Tank Engine? No, why don't we just let the children watch Minions 2? But as a game, Minions is a big thing now. Don't know why, because I thought Minions was just a small film from the Despicable Me franchise, and now it's a big thing. Don't know why, but it is. Oh, I'm so sorry you hear stuff in the background. Uh, where we live at the moment, it's really gonna be hot on the next week. So what I'm gonna do is open the windows in the whole entire place, and not only that, but we're also opening the window because of COVID. So as again, if you hear stuff in the background, it's because of the outside noise. So I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, this film is really good, but as I say now, it's really awful because we just focus on Groot and a little bit of the minions and a little bit of his family and a little bit of the villains. We need to see more of the villains, more of the minions, more of Groot, and more of the other bad kind of good villain that is stuck with Groot, and he's a good villain. He's not a bad villain, if you know what I mean. If you've seen the film already, you know what I'm on about. But yeah, this is a really good sequel for the Minions, but at the same time, it's really awkward. That's why I said it's bad. It's not bad like June bad, but it's bad like oh we can take it, but at the same time, we really don't really like it because it's not really a good sequel. Bad, okay. So I don't know how I could take this anymore with this film, but as again, I do think we need some more adjustments to the third installment to Minions 3 something. But there's not much Minions point of view. There's not much. Oh, this character said this, and it's really funny. And then he goes off on the adventure, and he does this and that. And okay, even though he did do that in the film, there's not much of it, and there's not much. Um, what do you say? Having the emotions with this character, having this good connection to the character that you love, like So we don't have really see that much in this film. But as a game, probably I'm not really a big open person to films to do with this is supposed to have an emotional impact to films and characters and stuff like that. Maybe they did in this film, I'm not sure, but maybe I can't remember. That's why I didn't see it. I don't know, but I just don't really find it interesting. I found the first Minions film very interesting and good and stuff, but with this tall um, Minion Kevin growing real big, looking like that kind of machine out of Joe 90. That's from the first Minion film, and he crushed the whole entire buildings. And even though that's a small glimpse and small, not really good moment in the first Minions film, he had a reason why he turned big on accident, tried to kill this lady villain person, and that's it. Yeah, even though the first film was really bizarre, we don't really see the much bizarre moments that much than in the second film called this film, The Rise of Gru, and all I have to say in this film is, why does it have to be so bizarre, more bizarre than the first one? I don't know, it just is. And yeah, I know, and it's really bizarre that why did the a whole entire crew, of the villains turn into animals on some kind of thing, and we saw this sort of thing with the bit when the good villain stealing this necklace that looks like something out of Indiana Jones, and I don't know why and then they let him not survive, even though he really does survive in this film, and they just make sure that he can just and then he just lets them. I just don't understand. I just don't understand why he can just say, "Oh, I got the necklace. I'm gonna snatch it from you because he's the oldest and he's stuck with the group and he had more knowledge to know them better than." So I just don't understand why he just like killed them already. But as again, this is a kid film. It's supposed to be lazy and work out that this villain is not very good because he's old and old people were really not really good in these films. So, because with Star Wars, Ben Kenobi died really old, and with another Ninja Lego film, the old person died, but he came back again, just like um, Gandalf and Lord of the Rings. It's really bizarre, but it didn't really happen in this film. But I suppose it was did. Not suppose I did. I just saw it in my head, and then it didn't. I don't know why it just didn't. But I think that's a good thing because I really like this villain, kind of good villain, kind of bad villain person, because Gru has a chance to look up to a villain kind of person that is really a good person, and then we don't see him ever again. I suppose, in the next film, because in this film we don't see much of a new character that's from the old or previous film called Minions 2. I just don't understand why this film is really bizarre and complicated to relate to. As I said again, I can't really remember the film, sadly, because as I said again, I love this film. I really want to take a view on it, but at the same time I can't because I watched this film like 2 weeks ago and I just can't remember. So anyway, this is all I got of Minions: The Rise of Gru. If you got anything in your head that I missed from this film, put some things in the comments. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll see you all in the next uh, upload or review video. I'm not sure. Anyway, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you're not new to the channel, make sure to like that video. Bye.